Alright guys, so this is the lesson for composite figures on a coordinate plane. Yesterday we did the one that was off the coordinate plane. Honestly, this one's easier. So if you take out the notes from yesterday, turn the paper around, you'll see these problems, okay? Alright, so this problem is on the back of the paper that I handed you yesterday. And it says, find the area of the composite figure. G is 5, 0. Just trying to let you know if this is 5, 0, that right here is the coordinate 0, 0. This is your x and y axis. What it's trying to really get at for this particular problem is that they want you to see that if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, each one of these little marks is one single unit, which is important. Now that we know that each of those is one single unit, we can use it to help us count for the area. So if I start at G and then I count to about here, where you'll notice where the line's a little darker, kind of making a square, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the length of this piece right here is 5. If I count up from G to H, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go ahead and I complete that square, I'm going to find the area of the square. Area of a square is length times width, because a square and a rectangle are the same thing when it comes to area. 5 times 5 is 25. Well, you're going to notice that the blue box next to it is also 5 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting up. 5 times 5 is 25. You'll notice that all these boxes in this picture are all 25s because the side is 5 and the other side is 5. So I'm going to add 5. I'm going to write in all these as 25s. So now you may wonder, well, what the heck do I do with those triangles? Well, I'm going to look at this one up here that I'm marking in green. I'm going to imagine that this whole piece is shaded in. And if that whole square is shaded in, it would be 25. However, the triangle is only talking about this half of it. It is talking about half of the square. So I have to ask myself, what is half of 25? 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So this right here is 12.5. This other one down here, you notice it's the same shape. It is half of that square here. So therefore it's 12.5. This will be 12.5. This is going to be 12.5. And now since we want the area of all the blue shaded regions, we just add up all those areas. To make it a little easier so you don't have to do so much typing into your calculator, we're going to count up how many 25s that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 25s. We're going to multiply them together, and 7 times 25 is 175. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the 12.5s. I have 4 of them, so 4 times 12.5 is going to be 50, and then I'm going to add them up. So I'm going to get 225 units squared for the area of that blue figure. We're going to look at another one, so if you're like, whoa, what just happened? There's a few examples in this video that's going to help you through this. Once again, please make sure you're copying this down on your notes so you can look back at it to help you with your problems. So problem 6, same type of problem. The letting you know us right here is at 0, 0. And once again, each one of these little marks is a unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 5. So I'm going to put this in orange. So this square here, its area, length times width, 5 times 5, is 25. So anywhere I see that box, I'm going to write a 25 because that's the area of each box. And just like in the last problem, once again, if you imagine this whole box here, once again, it would be 25. You can see the triangle portion is half of it. And so half of 25 is the 12.5. So anywhere I see that same size triangle, I'm going to write 12.5. Now, you'll notice that there is a triangle down here that's much bigger than the last ones. So I'm going to imagine that this bottom triangle, I'm going to imagine there's a rectangle around it, like this, which means that this right here and this right here would both be 25 and 25. Well, 25 plus 25 is 50, but the triangle only cares about half of this big old rectangle. So half of 50 is 25. Therefore, this entire section, this entire purple one, is 25. Because once again, there was two boxes here. There were two boxes here, each having 25, a total of 50 in these two boxes. And that triangle only cares about half of it. So it's half of 50. That's where that 25 is coming from. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add up all these numbers. Once again, we're going to take a shortcut. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 25. So 7 times 25 is equal to 175. Then we have 1, 2, 3 12.5s. So 3 times 12.5 is going to be 37.5. Now we're going to add them up. So 175 plus 37.5 is 212.5 units squared. And that's because we're talking about area. Area is units squared. So this right here is the area of our blue figure. If you're having trouble with the purple part, once again, just rewind the video a little bit and rewatch it. Okay, problem 7. Now you got some circles going on up in here. You'll see these little half circles in this picture. We're going to start looking there first. So at this point, you've probably started realizing by just looking at this problem, you've probably seen those boxes, and you're like, those got to be 25. And you're right, it's a 5 by 5 box. We're going to get to that. But let's look at the circles first. So you can see right here, I'm drawing this green line. We got ourselves a half circle. So what we need to find out, we need to think ourselves, we're going to look on the board, and you're going to see the area of a circle. Is A equals pi r squared. The r is referring to the radius. That is from the center to the edge of the circle. I want to count that length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the radius is 5. I'm going to plug that into my formula so I can find the area of a circle. A equals pi times 5 squared. 5 squared is 5 times 5, that's 25 pi. Now, I'm going to go ahead and multiply the 25 by 3.14, which is the value of pi. So 25 times 3.14 gives me 78.5. So I have 25 times 3.14, that's going to give me 78.5. That's the area of the circle. However, we don't have a full circle here. We don't have a full circle. We have just half of that circle, just the left half of the circle. So we need to get the area for half the circle. Well, if we know the whole thing is 78.5, we're going to cut it in half. So 78.5 divided by 2 is 39.25. and that's the area of this half circle. Okay, we're going to do this exact same process, but now for the top half circle. So once again, I want to find the radius. I can notice right here that this is the middle of this half circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my radius is 10 for this one. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the area of the circle. But this time, my radius is 10. So now I'm going to have 10 squared. 10 times 10 is 100 times pi. And so pi, once again, is 3.14. So 100 times 3.14 is 314. Once again, this is the area of the circle. And I need half that area. This is just the top half of the circle. So I'm going to go ahead, area of the half circle is taking that 314 and dividing it by 2. So 314 divided by 2 is 157. That's the area for this half circle. So now I know the areas of the two half circles. Now I'm going to write in the areas for all the others. So 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, so on and so on. We have our little triangles. Now they are the smaller triangles, which means you have the area of 25 for the whole square. The triangle is half of that square. So you got 12.5, 12.5, 12.5. And now we can add up all these numbers for the composite figure to find that area. So we're going to have the 157, the 339.25 from the other half circle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 25. So 10 times 25 is 250. And then 12.5 plus 12.5 plus 12.5 is 37.5. And we're going to add up all those numbers. 157 plus 39.25 plus 250 plus 37.5, which is 483.75 units squared. So the last one is a lot easier than the last problem. Once again, if you count your little boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The area of a single little box is 25, and so you fill all of them in as 25 because they are all a 5 by 5 box. All right, and then where you have your your triangles, once again, normally there's a full box here of 25, but the triangle is just half of it. Half of 25 is 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, and so on. And then we add them all up. So we have how many 25s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 times 25 is 325. The 12.5s, we have 4 of them. So 4 times 12.5 is 50. Added up, we have 375 units squared for the area of this figure. So all this shaded part adds up to 375 units squared. At this time, now that you have all the notes completed, you will find an assignment on eCampus. It is labeled as 3/25 composite figures. That it'll say extra credit behind it. If you do the 6 problems on that worksheet and submit it to eCampus by Sunday night at midnight, it will add extra credit to your grade. And now that you're done with this video, for the rest of the class period, you need to be working on your IXLs that are due Monday night at midnight. Get something done. Make sure you're completing those. Don't wait, I'll wait till Monday night, and then you realize you're having trouble with it. Make sure you get them done. Make sure you're working in class. Just don't waste your time. Have friends in class help you out. Figure it out.